Alright, so this is going to be my assignment 8, where we did the terrains. So, uh, right off the bat, you'll see this is just the Woodland Hills one that we were provided with. Um, so first thing is just pressing C to get your camera in the right spot. And then if I go around, you can see the texture and stuff that that was provided with putting it in. Everything seemed to work accordingly. Everything looks pretty reasonable. As far as the physics goes, basically what I've done is you press space and it will spawn a cube on your current position, your current camera position. And then the box will fall and set on the terrain. So you can do that as much as you want. So I just did another 2 there. And you can see them fall and act accordingly. These are the same cubes that I did from the previous physics assignment. So it also has the selection force that you can do if you want to throw the cube around, watch it slide down different parts of your terrain and such like that. So this isn't the only terrain that I did, though. I did do my own custom terrain, and I will switch over to that now and showcase that. Alright, so this is my other one that I have. Again, just pressing C to adjust the camera, and if I can get in a position, it might be pretty notable where this is. It's the Grand Canyon. So I grabbed a piece of the Grand Canyon from the USGS website and passed it in. Everything seemed to load pretty accordingly. The skin I used, I tried doing tried getting the actual the skin or the ortho imagery from the website to be able to include it in, but fortunately, I think if I would have done a little more planning and would have selected an area that corresponded with like one of those chunks or something like that, it would have worked out better. But the chunk I selected would have taken like 16, I think, uh, of their data to be able to fill out, and then stitching that all together. Like I'm not entirely certain on uh, how to do that. So I just basically this is just like a sandstone texture that I just grabbed online, and I mean it looks. I mean, besides not having the Colorado River, it it pretty much does the job that it needs to. Again, this also has the physics built in. Once the cube drops down there, you can see it fall to rest in the canyon, or we can do it from a higher plateau up here. So you can see it fall, and then we can use the selection force to throw it down the canyon. And you'll see it has a lot of bounce to it. But other than that, pretty straightforward with what I did. I can at least go over some stuff in here. So the way you switch between the two worlds is just through commenting and uncommenting code here. So I'll leave the Grand Canyon uncommented on the GitHub push, so that's the default one that loads. Takes a little bit to load, like maybe a minute to load, because a rather large TIFF, I think. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Oh, and then just for debugging purposes, I guess, but I guess I can show it off since it is part of the stuff. You can press X to get your coordinates. That's just was what I was using to set the camera's default position. And then if I start, and then you can press P to pause physics. So that's how I pause the cube and then resume it. So just a couple debugging, more developer things, but I guess might as well note them. Yeah, so different grids selected just by commenting on commenting there, and then everything else is pretty much just straight from the slides where we create this grid, pass it in the custom terrain object, which is built with PhysX, using everything we have here, and then the box is just reused from the PhysX module. So I don't think there's really much else to cover. So yeah, thank you.